Oops. Well, I don't know if anybody can hear me. I've never gone live before, so this is the first time I'm going live. I'm down in Penzance, being around the town, looking for somewhere appropriate to set up some banners. This is the only place I found it because it's extremely windy. So I've been going around looking for somewhere to set up my banner. I have my camera here watching. So as I say, please excuse me if you can't hear me.
What is your evidence?
Excuse me, ladies. I'm doing a YouTube question and answer session. Just wondering what your response is to that.
I believe the Earth is round, so...
So did I used to believe the Earth was round, but I noticed that's a belief you have. Is it annoying, do you think, or
well,
is it a belief?
I mean, there are photos of the Earth being round, so...
Yes.
No, plus when you look at the night sky with how the stars move and stuff like that, there's no other explanation other than...
There's no other explanation.
Well, no, plus if it's flat, surely you just... What happens when you get to the end?
Okay, can I take one thing at a time? If you look there on the poster by Robert Simmons, he creates all these images of Earth from space, and he states they're not photographs, they're photoshopped.
Because one man said one thing against a whole big, against all of NASA, all that proof, we're going to take just that one man over all of that, yeah?
Yeah, that's just one.
Okay, so we're taking one man over everyone else,
No.
over all that, right? Okay.
That's just.
Okay, so what happens then when we get to the end?
Okay, if I could say something to that last thing, that's just one bit of evidence I'm giving.
Okay.
Someone telling you you're not looking at photographs, you're looking at images, Photoshop images. So there are no real photographs of Earth and space.
But the first wasn't. I don't know when the first photographs of space came up, but I'm assuming it was probably around the time of the moon landing or whenever. But Photoshop wasn't invented then, was it?
And it wouldn't be to the degree of the photos. They wouldn't. That's no.
If you look at the history of faking photographs, it goes back to the 18th century. But NASA also had huge models to film, models that looked real, but they're only models. So they can take photographs of models and make it look real.
But isn't there bigger problems in the world than arguing about the flat Earth?
Well, I don't wish to argue over it. I just wish to ask why you think you live in a...
Oh no, I don't think it. It's fact, I know.
Could you give me one fact that you live on?
What do
a
you
spinning
mean,
ball?
one fact? That is the fact. The Earth is round.
Or could you give me one fact
Not flat.
that we live in a spinning ball?
Wait, what do you mean, one fact?
Well,
Like one bit of evidence.
what's your one number proof?
So the stars in the sky, they change. That wouldn't happen if, like the position of them, that wouldn't happen if it was a flat Earth. So it's a spinning ball. That's
Yeah, but what
days.
if it was the stars that were moving and not you?
Well, that's just a really narcissistic thing to think. Oh well, we must be so important that everything else goes around us. That's.
What if I said that you are indoctrinated to believe otherwise, that you're not you're not significant, but you are significant?
Wait, what do you mean?
That we are at the centre of everything and we live in a flat plane.
Well, no. Why would someone go out of their way to make us all think that we're not important? That's. Why would they
Also,
do that?
all of the other planets have been observed as being round, so
why
it
would
be
we
a bit
be?
weird if Earth
Yeah, we
wasn't.
have images of them, and like the moon.
Images, you said, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, they are
Oh, and
pictures.
we have like, so for example,
photos.
gravitational lensing with light, it then, because of the shape thing, it like bends around the shape. So if they're circles, because of gravitational lensing and light, we then see that that's not an image, that is the light that we then observe that. It's not a
Have you ever
photo.
tried that yourself?
No, because I'm 17. I'm not just gonna. I don't. If you
I
gave
bet
me
the equipment's
if you
expensive.
pay for the equipment and give it to me, and I will show you. I don't have the equipment myself to just go and do that.
But if you don't mind me saying so, that's another belief you have because you can't verify that for yourself.
I know that's not a belief, that's a fact. I don't have money to go and get that equipment. That's not some government person saying, oh, you're poor. Like, no, I don't have the money to go do that myself.
Have you ever tried to bend a torch beam around the corner?
Remember that? No.
Well, why not? You said light bends around corners.
No, well, it doesn't bend, it's just because of the shape of it. So, to do with, like, dark matter and stuff, to do with the shape of it, it looks like, it doesn't actually bend, light can't bend, but it looks like it does.
It looks like it does.
Yeah.
Well, I'm putting it to you that perhaps what you have is second-hand knowledge, which you can't verify, but it becomes a belief. Because
Well, yeah, it's not going to be first-hand knowledge. Well, okay then, is this first-hand knowledge? Have you gone out into space yourself and seen that the Earth is flat?
Well, I don't think anybody...
No, have you? Yes or no?
But you
Have you? Yes or no?
You have to let me answer
So
the question.
no, then if you haven't and I haven't, why do you think your opinion is better than mine?
I'm not saying
Or
it's better than
correct.
yours, but you're not letting me speak. You asked a question, but you're not letting me speak.
Okay. No, carry on, sorry.
What was your question?
Oh, that have you yourself gone out and seen the Earth flat? Because you're saying that mine is second-hand knowledge. Yeah, I'm 17, that's probably why it's second-hand knowledge. But have you yourself gone out and seen the Earth to be flat?
I know it's flat from other
Oh, so from other people like me,
No,
my knowledge
If you listen to
from
what I'm
other
saying,
experiments.
listen to what I'm saying. Not from other people, from my own observations.
Okay,
Primary
examples.
knowledge, primary experiments,
Like-
rather than believing in
Yeah, give me examples then.
Okay, if we go by the official curvature of the chart that's presented to us,
What chart?
this chart over here.
Well, firstly there you've used the word radius. Radius is to do with spheres and circles. So
Yes, I'm trying to tell you that's what's presented to us. I'm not presenting that.
Okay, yeah.
That's the official figures of the curvature chart,
Yeah.
which is 8 inches per mile squared. Now, look at 10 mile drop. Sorry, 10 mile distance is 66 foot drop. Now I can see objects 10 miles lower than 66 foot that I shouldn't be able to see.
Wait, what's the point? What's the point you're making? What?
Because it's not our goal. We should see curvature. We shouldn't see things way in the distance because it's supposed to curve.
We can't see that far.
Okay, can you hold on a second and I'll show you something?
Look, we can't. So you think that we're going to be able to see the Earth curve because we can see that far?
That's the longest photograph ever taken.
Okay.
How far is it?
273 miles. Well, as you said, photographs can be faked. So how do I know that that's not faked?
Because you can do this yourself with a zoom camera. Now, that should be 3 miles below the curvature of the Earth if
Okay.
we were on a ball.
Oh, I dropped that.
But also, we're in a country that's full of like mountains and hills and stuff, and we're above sea level as well.
Don't take the word literally flat. We obviously have contours and mountains, but all water is flat level. It doesn't bend. There's no curvature. The curvature has never been measured or seen. Like, I'm quite confident you two have never seen any curvature, have you?
Well, no, we don't see things curve because it's too. We can't see that far.
Yeah, but the curvature is 8 inches per mile square. It should be dropping at that.
Okay,
degree.
now you're just saying numbers. You haven't got evidence to prove this. You don't. Otherwise, if you did have evidence and if this was true, why isn't this just common knowledge that's taught in secondary school, for example? Like we get told in primary school, yeah, the Earth is sphere, other planets are spheres. This is what's true. If this is so true, then why isn't this common knowledge? Why isn't this what everyone accepts? If this is so true.
My word, your cup's almost full at 17, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Don't you think? Do you think you've been told the truth about everything you're told at school and by your government? Do you think you've been told the truth?
So you think we're being lied to by the government?
That's your question there.
Yeah, I believe it's true because why would?
It's such a trivial thing to lie about.
Yeah. Why would they lie? There are bigger problems in this world that we should be spending our time and our money on than it's saying, oh yeah, the Earth is flat. If it was, why doesn't everyone know this?
What does the government gain from us thinking it's round
Nothing.
opposed to flat?
They gain absolutely nothing. That's why they haven't been lying to us. That's why the Earth is not flat. That is the given knowledge because that is what is true.
What if you're wrong?
What do you mean? What if I'm wrong?
What if you're wrong?
Okay, I will change my beliefs if you come to me with real evidence, not this stuff saying, oh well, there's a photograph there and it should be 3 miles under. Like, no, come with me with real, actual, proper evidence.
Well, I just explained to you, you can see things far away. You should be able to see at the curvature of the ball.
Okay, like what? And look, more than just that one photo, actual proper examples.
Well, you should be able to see 40 miles away. You should see things 40 miles away.
Well, firstly, the human eye can't actually see that far.
Could I ask you why you're defending it so when someone suggests to you that you may have been told untruths about where you live?
Because I'm not
Why
having
is it so
someone.
adamant that you're right at 17?
Because I'm not having someone say to me, like, I'm more than fine with changing my beliefs. Like, I'm not set in ways. Like, if someone comes to me with something and then I realise I'm wrong, like, I will change. But
Okay,
with something.
So how does water conform to the steer of the ball?
Wait, what do you mean? How does water?
Gravity.
Could I ask you if that's a programmed response
And
by
the
you?
atmosphere.
Or-
Well, I'm not a science person at all. Like,
No, but you made
but-
you made a claim there, but
Yes,
Well,
she
that's
did
what
make a claim,
I've been
and
taught in
proven
science
if I could just
sounds.
finish, how can you evidence that gravity can hold water to a ball?
How can we? Okay, drop something. Why do you think it goes down?
Well, can you prove to me there's a force pulling it down?
Do you have something I can drop?
Okay.
not. I've
There's
only
a
got my
force.
phone.
Okay, why aren't we floating around then?
Because your body weight is higher. Is heavier than the atmosphere, so you're not going to be floating anywhere.
Because
A helium balloon is lighter than the atmosphere, so it will float. You won't be floating anywhere.
thank you. No, so now you're saying that gravity's wrong as well.
No,
So not just that, but oh no, gravity's a lie as well.
no,
wow.
but you're making claims you can't verify. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, what do you mean I'm making claims? I can't verify it.
The-
I can't verify that gravity is real.
You can't verify that gravity can hold vast oceans to a ball. That's a belief you
Well, yeah,
feel.
because it does.
Well, can you prove that then?
It's being proven, but go look in the sea. The sea is there. We're on a ball. It's
No, you're told you're on a ball. Wherever you see it's flat. The horizon is always flat. No matter
because we can't see
no
that
matter what,
far.
you can go up to 35.
So you're
miles.
saying
We can't
because
see our brains, but we know they're there.
we
anyway.
can't see air. We can't see
I'd
air.
have to question that right now.
Okay, can you see the air? Can you see air?
I can feel it.
Can you see oxygen? And yeah, and we can feel gravity. We can't see it, but we can feel it. We can't see
Can you get
air.
a pause, please? Could there be a pause there?
Yeah,
How do
carry
you
on.
feel gravity?
I feel it right now.
I don't feel
Pulling me
it.
down. What do you mean you don't feel it?
I don't feel
So you
gravity.
can't feel anything?
Do you feel something pulling you down?
Well,
Be
Well, yeah,
honest.
because we're not floating.
it's to a certain extent. Like,
So what you're feeling there is pulling you down.
gravity is pulling you down. That's how you stay to the earth.
It's not
That's
pulling you
how
down,
we're
no?
standing up. Otherwise, we would just be floating around.
Your body weight stops you from floating.
Yeah, and do you know what your body weight is? Okay, so your weight. So do you know weight is different to mass? Yeah. Do you know how you go from weight to mass? You times it by gravity, and that is the force that you feel. Weight is a force. Weight is a force due
Okay.
to gravity.
Okay, all that's very
So
clear.
saying so saying that you can feel your weight means you can also feel gravity, because weight is mass times gravity. So if you can feel your weight, thus you can feel gravity. You can't say, oh well, I can feel my weight but not gravity. No, you feel one, you feel the other.
That's all very clever, what I got at school myself. But why do you believe that?
What do you mean, why do I believe that? Why do we believe anything? Yes, we get taught it. That is how we as
But
humans
you're not just
work.
repeating it like parrot fashion, what you were told, rather than evidencing it to me.
So you're saying because I myself haven't gone out in space and photographed planets, then they're flat?
No, you haven't got any evidence that proves what you just said. It's a complete theory you told me.
How is
I'm
it a
asking
theory?
I'm asking for evidence, for proof, before I believe something.
Yeah, we've got photographs, we've got
Wait,
the stars,
we
we've got...
just established there are no real photographs of Earth from space.
No, I don't agree with that statement.
I don't believe in that
I
either.
know, I'm sorry, but I'm calling...
Okay,
Yes,
do you think it's
but-
very intelligent to discount without inquiry?
Well, because I inquired, we had that conversation, I read that, I looked at that.
But that's not,
You
what-
said...
that's
no,
not inquiry.
well, they've said, oh, well, all photographs are fake, and I'm saying, no, I don't agree with that. Yes, of course, you can fake things, but you're saying that every single thing that we base, like kids as young as 2 get taught this. You're saying every single thing that's just wrong. That's
No,
just
I'm not
fake.
saying everything is wrong at all. I never said that. I just said, can you evidence gravity holding water to a ball? And that's never been
Yes.
proven. Now, I'm sure you'll agree with this, that science should be demonstrable, repeatable, and measurable. Now, you're believing a scientific method that's never been proven. That's all I'm stating.
Wait, what scientific method that's not been proven?
That the theory of gravity can hold water to a ball.
Well, it's happening right now. That's...
Why are you getting annoyed
Because
about it?
I
Because you can't prove it?
No, I can. The sea's there.
It's flat.
Yeah, because we can't see that far. We can't see. We are so small in compared to the size of the planet that we're never going to be able to see the curvature of it ourselves. Like with our eyes.
Oh, Hannah, they've just commented that you're premenstrual, so we're
Oh,
out.
yeah, no, if they
No, I'm
can't-
sorry. If they're just blaming her passion for proving science is real and she's going to be on her
See,
period
this
soon.
shows that we have bigger issues. No, don't. We have bigger issues in our society. We can't have a conversation without people saying, "Oh, well, she must be on her period because I've got an opinion."
I think it's not so much because you got opinions, it's because you don't pause for...
Well, yeah, because I'm passionate about this.
Yeah,
People say,
passion's good, passion's good.
Yeah, people slag teenagers off and say, "Oh, well, they don't do anything." I'm here being passionate about something, and now I'm being told that I'm on my period because
That's
I...
so misogynistic
No.
and really typical of
Ladies,
science.
but passion is good, but it should be...
blind obedience.
It should be a two-way conversation, I think, rather than
Yeah, this-
one monologue. Yeah. I think we should be asking each other questions
Yeah,
rather
well, we
than
were.
telling each
Like,
other.
sorry, okay,
everything.
sorry if I get slightly heated over it.
No,
but
that's
this is
fine,
something
that's
I'm
fine.
passionate
Passion's
about.
good, I like passion, but you have to respect the other person in the conversation.
Snowflake. Oh, now
Oh.
I'm a millennial snowflake.
Well, I think if we just calm down and we listen to each other when we're speaking rather than get too
Well, this is
runaway.
just something I'm passionate about. So...
I'm passionate about it as well, but I'm not running over you when you want to speak. I'm letting you speak.
Okay,
and
well, here, you speak. You say something and I'll...
yeah, I'm
Okay,
just-
go.
I'd like to let you finish and then I speak. And
Yeah, I
if
finished.
You should do that to me as well.
Okay.
Right. The science of water never curves.
Two are an outward avalanche of snowflakes.
Water cannot curve. It always lies flat level. You've never seen curved water ever.
Okay, well, yeah, if you get a, what are those little water bead things you get?
I don't know.
Oh, so you get those water beads, that is water.
Oh, condensation.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, what's your
say-
name? What's your name?
I don't want to tell you my name.
Well,
No.
give me a false name then. So I can say-
John.
John.
Anyway, yeah, no, okay, so say you get a spherical bowl.
Yeah.
For example, water shapes the container that it is in.
Yes.
And because we are
All water has to be
spherical.
contained.
Yeah, and it's contained due to gravity and the atmosphere. That's what
No.
keeps it in.
If you look at a lake, it's contained by the land around it, is it not?
Yeah, but then what contains it above?
Oh, just wait, it's not runaway. Your cups,
Okay.
the water's contained by the cup. Your basket's
Yeah,
contained by the bath.
yeah, I agree with that, yeah.
So on a flat level plane, why can that be contained by further land?
Because then why isn't it just running over the edge?
Because further land holds it in like a lake.
No, what happens when you get to the end?
Perhaps there's further land there.
Okay, no, that's a question I asked you earlier, but you didn't get.
I
You
did. I
didn't
said-
answer. No, what
Said
happens?
by further land.
What happens when you get to the end? You're saying there's further land.
Yes.
No.
Like the
So what
actual
happens
end
when
of
you
the
get
earth.
to the end of the earth? Don't just say further land.
But
No.
why do you presume there's an end?
What do you, well, we know.
The earth doesn't go on forever.
Yeah, first you
Well,
just do.
they tell you space does. Do you question that?
Well, yeah, because there
don't
is questions with that. There's parallel universes. There's multi-worlds theory, M theory. There's the theory of everything to do with general relativity and quantum mechanics. There are things we don't know. I agree with that. Yes, there are many things we don't know, but this is one thing that we do know. Oh,
I mean, it's great to have knowledge, but when we're 17, you know, we think we know everything. But
I know I don't know everything.
I know really little about
I
science.
know. So science is like all of that. I don't even know a dot.
I'll say just.
So sad now.
I would just be saying, have a word of caution when you're talking about what you think is fact, because
Why?
not all science is right.
You know, I know we make mistakes. Einstein himself made a mistake. So I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm just saying that
But
this.
can I take the issue of climate change? Did you know the scientists on both sides of the argument about climate change, whether we affect climate change or not? So
Wait, what?
There's 30,000 scientists suing the government for the fraud of climate change.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether we agree with it or not, there
Yeah.
are scientists on both sides. So
Yeah.
some scientists have got it very
You
wrong.
know, no, I agree with that. Yes, scientists, as I gave the example earlier, Einstein himself made a massive error. Like, scientists do get
absolutely.
things wrong, and just because you say, oh, climate change is all a lie, and then call yourself a scientist, doesn't make you a. We could go out and call ourselves scientists. We know we're not.
No, but you can be natural scientists. You can do natural
You know,
observations and experiments.
Yeah.
Did you know about scientific experiments that proved the Earth doesn't move?
Hey, an example.
Nicholson Morley experiment, Ailey's failure, Sagnac,
Yeah, but there's been, we ourselves, so you're saying that we don't want to use second-hand knowledge, which is fair enough because you want to prove it yourself, yes. Okay, we'll wait till night time, just look at the sky, the stars, they move, we are the ones moving. Like, yes, the stars move too. Well, they both move.
But the scientific experiments prove that we're not moving.
So you've just named 2. Well, firstly, I don't even know.
3.
Named 3.
Well, you can go and research that afterwards.
I will.
And once we have both sides of the argument, then we can be more informed rather than discounting something which is actually lunacy. To discount without inquiry is not very intelligent, is it?
Well, no, because we have more evidence to... You could have evidence for things that are wrong due to error in the experiment or changing... Well, if you can change photographs, you can change data. So, just because you've named 3 experiments that disprove everything...
And you discounted them straight away?
Yeah.
What? No, that's not...
Well, okay, I then said that there is more evidence to go, not like over those experiments, but there is more evidence like to agree with it than to not agree with it.
Like what?
What do you mean? Like I gave the example of... Yeah! What happens when you get to the end?
You might, mate, if you don't stop that swearing, you might fall off there.
Because he said bloody.
No, can we get back to evidence?
So what we did, we actually know you were kind of going around that question. What happens when you get to the end?
I'm just asking for evidence. I told you that I've never been to the end and land may be infinite.
You've never been to the... Oh, he's never been to the end. Okay.
Why haven't we inhabited all this infinite land then?
Yeah.
Have you heard about the Antarctic Treaty?
With all the like video recorders, right?
Yeah.
You'd think that someone would have recorded going to the edge of the Earth and being like, the world is flat. Oh, it is the end. This is where we fall off.
Have you heard of the Antarctic Treaty?
No.
So why do you think satellites are
well,
fake?
I can't answer 100 questions
Probably
at once.
everything's fake.
In 1958, 52 countries signed a treaty to stop you going exploring in Antarctica.
There's reasons to, it's like endangered.
Whatever
Obviously.
the reasons are, they're stopping you exploring individually.
So you think the government is plotting against us and that they're making us think that the Earth is flat? What I think, if you believe that, that is fine. You can have your own opinions, great. But why do you think they would do that?
I don't like to go into theories. I'm not the one lying to you. I'm just stating a lie.
No. Okay, but why do you think?
What's the significance of the Earth being flat anyway? Why would they want to cover that up over everything
Well,
else?
as I just said to this lady here, I'm not the one lying to you. You're asking the wrong
No,
question.
okay, but no. That's...
So why are you out here with all this? You don't have the answers.
I don't have answers. I have the questions.
Do you have questions?
I have the questions.
But we all have questions about what the, about why the Earth's round and stuff,
Yeah. Don't you think it's good to question things?
Yeah,
I know,
definitely,
but
but you
there's
shouldn't
evidence-
question that it's flat. Why is it not like an octagon,
I shouldn't question what?
Why it's flat and not another shape, It doesn't really make much sense.
I would say to anyone that you shouldn't question. I would say you should question everything.
What I'm saying, you're saying we should spend our lives questioning everything. I'm sorry, but there is bigger problems in this world than going around going, well, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. No, we have bigger
Right.
problems.
The biggest lie of all. You've got more serious things to think about, and this is the biggest lie in the world.
Yeah, we do have. There is people right now, whilst we argue, they're dying because they don't have healthcare. There's children drinking contaminated water and dying
I agree with
whilst
you.
we talk about this. So why not?
I
So right
agree
now,
with you.
the Earth being spherical or the Earth being
It's
flat,
not gonna
that
save
does
their
not.
lives.
That
What are
does
you
not
screaming
affect.
this on?
That does not. I don't know. Probably Facebook.
No.
That's no. Can I just finish? Can I just
We're
finish?
talking about a pause
Wait,
there,
can I
right?
just finish, please?
I was asking you to
Can I just finish my point? So, if the Earth is flat, if it's spherical, that does not affect how we are living our lives right now. But there are bigger problems in this world that we can spend our time, our effort, our money on going to sort out. I'm not screaming.
I do like your passion, but you really have to listen to somebody else as well.
Oh, no, that was your point because I just finished.
NASA get 52
So what do
million
you
a
believe and why do you-
Excuse me, I'm talking to you. NASA get 52 million a day, right, to present you with CGI cartoons. 52 million a day, and have done since the 1960s. Now, all those positions all those situations, all those situations you just mentioned, you're not listening to me. You're watching the camera. All those things you just mentioned to me. Hello, hello, I'm here. All those concept.
What if we're just going to have a conversation? Why are you...
Can you let me
If we're
finish?
just gonna, why do you need to video it then? If we're just going to have a simple conversation, why does it need to be streamed to other people?
Can you
And if you're going to let them comment, why can't I then read those comments about
You
me?
could, but at least...
Okay, no, carry on.
Derogatory.
Yeah, so carry on.
But at least give me the character to finish.
Yeah, carry
my
on.
answer. All those social issues that you mentioned could be eradicated with all that money that NASA are stealing from
So how much
taxpayers.
did you say they have? 53?
52 million a day since the 1960s.
Okay, where did you get that?
Well, you could do such thing as research. Go and research where NASA get their funding.
Okay, well where are these figures on this wonderful poster?
Well,
you have?
there's only a certain amount we can put on a poster.
It's just that there's not much convincing stuff on the things that you have put down here, sort of. There's not a lot of evidence there.
That's fine if you don't think that's convincing evidence, but you could go off and research the subject yourself.
We have research.
So are you wanting people to teach flat earth theory then? Is that what
No,
you're...
there's no theory about it.
But people teach the global theory and say that that's what the earth is. So are you saying that you would rather them tell people that the world is flat?
No, I'd rather question them and ask for proof of what they've been told.
But we've been given proof.
You went into a classroom at 5 years old when you believed in Santa Claus, and they told you lived in this spinning ball with water around it.
But
And
that's,
you believed that was their evidence.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
that's because I was a child. Yeah, but now we're grown and we're questioning things, and I'm questioning what are you trying to get across? Are you just trying to question everybody? Are you trying to say that you want this theory to be taught to people, or
No, it's
you
not
know?
theory. All I'm asking you now as an adult with critical independent thinking is, what is your number one proof that you live on a ball with water going around it?
There isn't any in my mind, you know, that we just believe everything anybody
Well,
tells us.
at least you've
So,
been
but does it really matter that much?
It does
Like,
to me. It may not
but,
to you.
but you're going to probably die in the next 60, 70 years. You know, we're all going to die. So it's like, does it really matter what we live on?
Okay, let's not care we're being lied to then. Is that what you're saying?
But how do you know we're being lied to if you're saying that this is only a theory as well?
That's Robert Simmons down there, the check shirt fiddle, who produces all these blue marble shots. Now he states they're not photographs, they're photoshopped.
Okay.
So they're lying to us that they have photographs of Earth. from
Sorry,
space.
this man here.
No, up in the middle of the check shirt.
Okay. And he's saying everything that we see is photoshopped.
Now, you can Google Robert Simmons and listen to him on a radio show
Yeah.
telling him how he creates these pictures, and they're not photographs. So
But
that's
we can create a lot of things through Photoshop, so that means we can kind of say everything that we've been told is a lie.
Like, slip through the gaps? Like, how's nothing slip through the gaps of the world being flat?
I don't.
what do you mean?
Well, is it like...
It's
you
not
look
like
at a photo on
everything's
Google,
getting
like,
covered
there's,
up.
There's nothing like, nobody's come forward with evidence like, this is it. This
Well,
is the
there is.
proof.
There is evidence if you look for it.
But so somebody.
Well, you're saying no, but how?
But we have cameras now, so if somebody really
much have you
wanted to, they
researched?
could go show us the end of the earth, couldn't they?
Well, if you research, you may see evidence of that.
Got a video of it.
But perhaps you're not researching it. No.
I've never seen the video. I've looked into it.
Accounts by explorers, from Captain Cook to Admiral Byrd, more modern times.
But
People don't
this
research.
is also written evidence, a lot of it. This is also written evidence rather than visual. I think that's a lot of people's issues, that they can't see it in front of them, so you can't quite say that it's true if you can't see it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. My whole point was about primary observations rather than believing in secondary observations and believing everything we're told.
Yeah.
Now, you can see things far in the distance that you shouldn't be able to see on a
Yeah.
ball, proving that we don't live in a ball. The world's longest photograph is taken to show you.
But I think people seeing like the clouds and stuff moving, and like I don't see how that's proving anything, because you can see stuff in the sky.
Yeah,
I think that's just, you can believe that the Earth's spherical just from that as well.
Well, whatever's up there doesn't prove the shape of where we're on.
No, but that's what I mean. Is
Yeah.
you can't say about.
That's
stuff
the
in-
longest photograph ever taken, 273 miles. Now, according to the official curvature chart, that horizon there should be 3 miles below the curvature
Oh,
there.
I've heard all this before. This is a bunch of gas.
So why is that a bunch of what?
It's a bunch of gas. So it's
Why
like,
is it? Could you intellectually...
it just doesn't make sense, man.
It's a bit of a hype, basically.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
people
you can
want to
say
believe
that.
something that they can't really
I mean,
prove.
there's obviously a
Well, that's
mathematical
good.
equation.
It's just a picture though, so we kind of want to see it. Like if we could go there and we could prove that we've all been to the end of the earth,
And
then
the
we'd
amount
be
of
fine with
technology
it.
we've got today, surely do you think
Somebody
they
would have done it
that
by now.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe you've just not researched it.
No, I've heard the equation of
No,
the
you
Earth
could-
to drop to like a mile.
You could
and
can take a camera yourself and go and test it locally, and you'll see things.
I don't. Yeah.
You'll see things far away.
So where are the edges of the Earth then?
Well, I've not been there, have I?
No, but who has? So if you're saying it's been recorded, so where does it end?
So who went there? What's their name? What date did they go?
Oh,
when was this?
Yeah, where
ladies and
did it?
gentlemen, I can't answer 6 questions at once.
No, but you can answer where the ends of the Earth are the whole way around. Are you just saying that this is spread out into a flat space?
I'd ask you, why do you presume it's an end?
Because if it's flat, it's not just going to carry on forever. Unless you're saying, okay, are you saying that there's no such thing as space as well then? Are you trying to, yeah, is that what you're kind of
I
saying?
suspect space doesn't exist.
Yeah, okay, so that's a whole different thing. If you're saying that the Earth is just a flat thing in space, that's a different thing to saying you believe there's no space at all. Because you've just talked about things you see in the sky, so what's the sky then?
I don't know. Have you
Exactly.
ever been inside a planetarium?
No, I actually haven't.
Well, planetarium, you go in there and you see stars.
Wait, maybe come back just when you, because right now,
Stars look really far away
we
inside
do
a
have more
planetarium.
evidence than you. We do have more answers
I
than
must be fair,
you.
but
So
you're
when
not
maybe we're on the same
But you're not
level.
producing
No,
anything.
so you just said you don't know what the stars in the sky are. You don't know what space is. Right now, our theory, as you call it, we do know what that is. So what do you mean what?
Space. If you say you don't believe in space, that's what you look up at every
It's like,
day.
what
So
is
that's
that
just the
then?
space
What
then.
is that? Explain that to us. If
Yeah.
we're wrong.
There's darkness up there.
Yeah, that's kind of what the space is though, isn't it? They've just called it space.
But I need proof that
They
something's been up
called
there.
it the universe. No, but we don't need proof that anything's been up there. We just need to
people in
see
the
stuff.
comments,
Like,
man.
oh yeah.
That went to International Space Station, and he will. I'm pretty sure he did go to space. Yeah.
Are you sure?
What do you mean? How am I sure?
You said you're sure he went to space. Tell me why you're sure.
Yeah. Oh, so
Tell me why you're sure.
what do you mean? Tell me why I'm sure.
You're sure Tim Peake went to the moon?
So you're saying now Tim Peake is lying to us? I want to
He's in on the
yeah, I want
planet.
Tim Peake. I want to how Tim Peake would feel about that.
I know how like obviously everybody like says about the first moon landing and stuff, but I don't think at this point in time we can still be saying like we know something's gone up and it hasn't come back down. That's what we know. Like
There was a man that actually jumped from, I think just before he left the atmosphere, that he like went up in an aeroplane and he jumped, and then like it was like a big skydive thing. Yeah, so do you believe in that, or do you think that was also faked? That he didn't jump even though he had cameras attached to him.
Well, if you look closely at 3 camera angles, you see a huge curvature. But if you look from the camera inside the capsule, it's a completely flat horizon, contradicting the other 3 angles.
Well, yeah, because it's lower.
No,
It's a
not
really
lower.
gradual curve.
No, it's not gradual. It's a
obviously
huge.
Do you know how big the Earth is compared to us? It's not going to be something. Oh, it's just gonna.
I've really enjoyed listening
Thank
to this
you.
conversation.
Yeah.
Here, have that. I've really
you very
enjoyed
much.
the talk. Thank you. We've
So do you believe everything you see on television then?
Well, no, of course I have questions. Everyone questions.
See Tim Peake,
things.
we'll take Tim Peake.
We'll go get Tim Peake.
Yeah, when he's sitting in the rocket ready to take off. Now, when I speak, you're not listening to me, you're just looking at the...
Well, then why are you live streaming it?
Well, could you listen to what I'm saying to you?
No, why are you live streaming then if I can't read the comments
Well,
about
you,
me?
You can when you're talking, but maybe, perhaps not when I'm talking.
Okay.
We see Tim Peake in a rocket, getting ready to take off. The next time we see Tim Peake he's on the supposed International Space Station. Now, I don't know about your critical thinking, but my critical thinking is, why do we see none of that travelling from Earth to space? Why was that not recorded? The greatest journey of humankind.
So why haven't they got videos of Tim Peake in a rocket?
No, moving in a rocket. Why have we not got real footage of a rocket in space?
As in cameras on the outside? Because when we enter the atmosphere, they would all heat up.
No.
So you're saying we should put like heat shields on cameras and video it, because they probably think that humans with our brains don't have to be like, oh well, we can't see it moving, so we've got to put cameras on it, and then you just come back and say that was faked anyway.
So aluminium satellites can survive, but a camera couldn't in a hard shell.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, how can aluminium tin cans survive space?
Well, they wouldn't have. They don't come back down through the atmosphere. They stay up there, and then when they're not used, just get left up there. Like there's so many satellites that we don't actually use up there anymore.
Did you know that 99.9% of all communications are undersea cables?
Wait, what?
99.9% of all
Okay, where did you get
communication-
that figure from?
Google it now and it'll tell you.
I don't know. Okay, well, but then that other 0.1%.
1,000 satellites. What are they for?
We don't have.
Did you see the satellite that came down to Earth, crashed to Earth last year in Brazil?
No, I didn't.
Attached to a high altitude balloon.
Wait, what? Say that again.
It was attached to a high altitude balloon.
So the satellite. And where have you got that from?
Well, that was all the news last year.
Okay.
So why would something in space need a high altitude balloon?
I don't know.
But don't you think these are valid questions I'm asking?
Yeah, I agree. I don't know everything. I can't argue.
No, but you 100% believe you're right, though.
Yeah, I do.
I think that's quite dangerous. You should always keep a wee bit of your mind open.
I do, yeah.
That you may be wrong.
Yeah, no, I said that to you earlier, that I am open to believing other things.
I personally think the basis of intelligence is to question, to doubt things, and not believe everything you're told, whether it's from a classroom or not.
You know, and I do, trust me, I do question things.
Do you?
No, I nearly got kicked out of my philosophy class for questioning things.
What are you questioning?
But why we don't have the answers to everything. But then I realised that yes, we are intellectual beings, but we are not the be-all and end-all.
We certainly aren't, no.
So, yeah.
Is there any possibility whatsoever that what you believe about the heliocentric model may be wrong?
Well, yeah, there's small possibilities that everything we know
Thank goodness.
is wrong, but why are we gonna base that? Surely, so if you're 99.999% sure, and then you've got 0.0001% that, yeah, you're questioning, why would we waste our time on that 0.00001?
Well, it might be not one in your book, but it's not mine.
Yeah, no, I gather that.
And I feel I'm not wasting my time because I'm trying to expose a lie.
Okay, well, you didn't actually answer the question that the young woman asked earlier. That what? No, not Nicola. Not the other woman that we were talking to. What do the government get out of lying to us about the Earth being round a sphere? What do they gain from that? Why would they cover that up? Why? You give me a real reason why, and then we can have this conversation.
Can I get a buzzer depressed when I want to come in, do you think?
Yeah, no, okay, go.
I mean, I think I already did say that NASA gets 52 million a day. Stop reading the text, please. NASA gets 52 million a day. Other than that, I'd be going into theories of why they're lying to me. I'm not lying, they're lying to us.
Okay, no, but why would they, why?
Okay, it's one instance. What if they were hiding further land from you?
Hiding further land from me?
Yeah.
Why though?
Okay, but why? Why would they, why?
Well,
we're questioning it like you wanted us to. Okay, so then why do they hide? Yeah, why do they hide?
Perhaps for control and to keep you here on a small plane while all the other land you don't get to see it.
Well, surely it would make more sense for them, because if you think about it in economics terms, they would be fulfilling their macroeconomic objectives, which is for people to have certain standards of living, including space to live. And there aren't enough resources at the moment, so if there were more resources, they would be wanting us to use up those resources. So you're saying that the government is that hateful and that bad that they want to cram all of us onto a small plane where people in third world countries are struggling?
Can I just say one thing? I don't mean to be disrespectful. You're 17 years old. Now, you probably don't know about a lot of things where the government is lying to us. Now, let's take cancer for instance.
Cancer. Oh.
Did you know there's cancer cures out there that the government are keeping from you?
Like what? Examples? So you're saying there's cancer cures?
No, I know there
out there that we.
They're calling us peasants.
Ignore them.
I'm just giving you.
She's saying there's cancer cures. So
I'm giving one instance of how the government lies to you.
So there's cancer cures out there. So my gran, she has cancer.
Look,
so no. So you're saying that.
So
you're saying that the government is going out there and they're hiding these cancer cures. Why? We say how the NHS is being strained. The NHS treats people with cancer. Why not go get all those cures and we will have more money with the NHS? Why?
I love your faith in your government, I really do, but your government is not.
So you're telling me not to have faith in my government?
The government is not here to look after you. That's what we're brainwashed.
That is one of the primary. That is. Oh.
that's the point of the government, is to look after the welfare of everyone else. They don't gain anything from not looking after us.
Well, I could be completely wrong, but I've got 60 years experience and I've studied politics and sociology, and I'm telling you here from that information, the government never tells you the truth. They'll lie to you about everything.
They lie to us about everything. Right, okay. About everything that we get told.
And cancer, more people make money out of cancer than people who die from it.
Wait, more people make money out of cancer?
Than people who die from it. It's a profitable industry. It's the most profitable charity in the world. It's cancer. Did you know when people...
Wait, so you're saying we shouldn't spend money on cancer research because they're making money from it, trying to find a cure?
My wife died 1 year ago yesterday of cancer.
And you're saying that the government is lying and letting his wife die?
Well, I don't wish to be personal. I don't know why you're saying that out loud. I didn't mean anything personal to him. I'm stating what the government does. It doesn't let you know about information out there which will help you, especially in your health.
Well, I want to work in the government when I'm older, actually. So when I'm in government, I will come back and I'm going to tell you all of the secrets that I find out, and I just really can't see there being many.
Or you might be under pressure to go along with the system and lie like...
Well, now you're just attacking her personal qualities and saying that she might be too pressurised. You don't know her as a person, so don't say, oh, well, she'll go under that pressure and go with those... You know, I'm just saying she gave...
Well, I'm making you a promise that
yeah,
I'm
she
not
just
going
said...
to.
She just...
I will find out all the government secrets.
Do you think that more Michael's is attention seeker maybe?
No, he's just got a loud motorbike.
No, if you listen to a lot more mature people, they will tell you what I'm telling you about.
Wait, so you're now saying because of our age, you're saying because of our age, our points are invalid.
No, I'm not saying that for a minute. I'm just saying it.
You said, well, you're 17.
No, when I was your age, I thought I knew everything I thought was right until I left school. I started to research things and come across information which contradicted what I'd been told.
Yeah, and I have. And then I've come across information that contradicts that information.
Okay, can I give you something to go and research about cancer? The Gerson therapy. Gerson therapy.
Google that now.
Now, it takes in terminally ill patients who are sent home to die.
Yeah.
Who've gone through chemo, and they cure 85% of their patients.
Wait, Google it.
I am.
Where is this based?
Sorry. Well, America and the UK has made it illegal. Has made it illegal for anyone to claim they can cure cancer through natural means.
It's therapy involving a very specific diet with nutritional supplements.
Yeah, but
It's illegal to claim you can cure cancer in Britain and America through natural means. So cancer clinics have to go to Mexico or somewhere else.
Yeah, because it's not, with some people, there are medical miracles that we can't explain. I agree with that. There are things like that. But the government
It's not miracles.
But, okay, well, they're unexplained because they don't...
No, it's not unexplained. Explain exactly how they treat them. They free them of all toxins, take all toxins out of their body, and feed them raw, organic fruits and vegetables, fresh air, good water,
So you're saying that people that die of cancer, if they just ate some vegetables and went outside, that they would live?
Well, cancer can't survive in an alkaline body. Most of the bodies are toxic, and in our lives there's lots of toxicity in
I'm sorry, no, I disagree with that. I'm sorry about that.
With the Gerson therapy,
Okay,
it says the 2007 study, 6 patients found the therapy helped them. That's quite a small...
That's 6.
Small
and
amount.
that says in the UK, so they did that in the UK.
Emotionally, and reduce the need for painkillers.
I would ask you to research the subject and not just read one article.
I know we're not, but we don't have the time.
And I'd also say, I know you're not going to believe me, but most Google researchers, you have to go past about the 4th page before you can get independent first-hand accounts rather than propaganda from mainstream media.
Propaganda? We can go about that.
Because Google's controlled as well. All information is controlled that you get. There's a lot of propaganda. You're not really being told
because we can't go out there and get it ourselves. Because as you said, we're only 17.
Yes, but you can take my camera with a zoom lens. You can go down to the water there, and you can see ships that you think have gone over the horizon, and zoom in and see the whole of the ship. See, it's not going over any curvature.
Yeah, because we can't. We said that earlier, but we can't see that far. We're not going to be able to see the curvature. We're just going back.
Well, I'll just give you the official figures of where we should be seeing the curvature, and we can never see any curvature.
Really? That's actually made me quite sad.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we should really get upset with people's opinions because
when they're saying
if somebody pays your compliment, you're feeling good. If somebody says negative, you're feeling down. So you shouldn't give people the power to do that.
No, but when they attack you personally, okay, then why are you live streaming it?
Well, I can't control people's opinions.
Okay, then you don't need the comments on. They can think that opinion. They don't need to share it.
If we don't need other people's opinions, why are you asking our opinion right now?
And why are the comments on that video?
Well, to tell you the truth, this is the first time ever I've done live YouTube videos, so I'm not too sure about the settings.
Okay, well, we can show you how to turn that live video off.
I bet you can, but for this point, I'll leave it here so you can't see it. But all I'm doing is stopping people in the street and asking why they believe without evidence. That's all.
No, but there is evidence. You can't say why do we believe without evidence. There is evidence.
Without proof, should I say?
Without proof is evidence. They're interchangeable words. You can't say,
Yes.
I'm paying £300 a week for this shop.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're taking me customer there. You're shouting in video. Can you move your stuff out of there? There's lots of empty shops you can sit outside.
Well, I'm not actually shouting.
No, you are. You've been making a lot of noise. And listen, I'm trying to get.
Sorry, wait.
I'm having a show. I'm having an exhibition of my artwork.
We're going to start arguing here.
Listen, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying there's lots of empty shops.
I just told you I'm not shouting.
I know, but
you're inaccurate.
Okay, you're not shouting, man. You're shouting. Can you just actually move your stuff out of the way in front of my shop, please? Yeah, and just move up there by the bank. There's lots of empty shops. That'd be great, man. Because distracting. I'm trying to make a living, all right?
That's fair enough.
But I'm an artist. Yeah. That's what I do for a living, man. It'd be real helpful if you could help me by moving your signs.
Since you've been more reasonable, I'll do that.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm on here for today. Like I said, it's a Penzance spot.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, thanks. It's cool. It's cool. The vibe ain't quite the thing I want here. I want watercolour nice pieces.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, bro. If you move them, that'd be great, man.
Yeah, we'll do.
So we need to do that now then, because their business is more important than this.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, I will help you move that now because they've.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah. So well, they asked us to move it. Are you giving us permission?
Yes, I'll give you permission.
Yeah. Where should we move it to? I'll get the other.
If you could take it further up the hill a bit, yes. Well, I'll get my bag.
Wait, we'll put it up here.
You know, despite our differences, I really enjoy engaging with you. But we really must be open to questioning things.
No, I am open to questioning. I just think when there is my question is that if there is lots of evidence for this, and if it is tangible evidence that is real, then why aren't we all getting told this?
Well, there is tangible evidence that it's real.
I know, but then why is this common knowledge?
Well, because I think I said before that your government doesn't want you to know the truth.
But then you never gave me a reason why they'd want to do that.
Well, money and control was one reason.
So they're lying to us.
You know, like we have animals in the zoo. We keep them inside the zoo, don't we?
So they don't go extinct.
Yeah, we do. Well, that's what we're told, but we don't let them run free, do we? So if we got everybody centralised and then caged, they can't run free.
My friend just said here, a lot of the animals, obviously there are zoos that are corrupt and they just keep them there because they want to make money out of them, and obviously that's wrong. But there are lots of zoos and charities and other places where they keep them there so that 10 points for girls. No, 10 points for Gryffindor.
My memory card is full.
So we keep them there because they are extinct. There is a reason for that, and then that's what we do. So I'm just saying, what is the reason? But if you're saying that we are being kept all confined, what is the reason to that?
Power and control. It's very easy to control you and keep you in control and fear of a sexualised position. Yeah,
but I don't fear anything. I'm not scared. Well, obviously I fear things, but I'm not scared. So you're saying out of fear.
I was a bit scared when I was young about aliens, asteroids hitting us, or the Earth stopped spinning.
Oh no, so was I. And then
I
researched it and then was not scared anymore because...
Yeah.
I'm scared of birds, and I look at birds all the time, still scared of them, to be fair.
Hypothetically, could I just say that one of these blocks in the road, let's just say that was Earth, just one block.
Okay.
Let's say all these blocks are being kept from you because you think you live in a ball, so you're not going to go looking for all this extra land.
But do people have... So you're saying that... So are you saying that the Earth is big, or there's more Earths?
Yeah, I'm saying
No, which one?
There's more land.
No, is there is the Earth bigger?
I don't know how
Or
big it is. I'm just saying there's more land being kept from it.
no, but is this connected to the Earth or is it separate? I just want to know.
Connected to the Earth, I would say.
So you're saying so the Earth is bigger than we actually think it is?
Yes.
Well then, surely then, so people go sailing and stuff like that. We have friends that go sailing, and why they could then quite easily just hop on their boat and.
When people sail, they don't go in a straight line. They sail around the continents when they circumnavigate the Earth. And nobody has circumnavigated the Earth between north and south in an airplane or in a boat. Why do you think that is?
Wait, what do you mean?
Nobody's circumnavigated the Earth between north and south.
They haven't gone.
Yeah, why is that? Maybe you could ask your teacher that in school. So, how come nobody goes around the ball between north and south?
What satellites do?
Well, you're told that.
So
Why can we not see 24/7 footage?
Well, no, because people have sailed round the world.
Who does?
Oh, well, I don't sail, so I don't have names off the top of my head.
Sailed around the world,
But-
yes. But let's just say.
So what does it matter if we give up or down? That is our perspective from where we are from.
Wait, Japan in World War II they bombed Pearl Harbor, which is in America. So
No,
if you look
no,
at the
no,
map,
let her
they
finish.
didn't go across. They went round the. When you look at a normal map, they didn't just go through the continents. They went around the other side to get there.
So how would they have got there then?
Because it's a circle.
Well, so
Otherwise, they
so you say, but on a flat plane you can still get from Japan to America. It doesn't have to be a ball. Like, say you
Yeah, but it would take us so much
let me have a
longer.
wee shot.
Okay.
You two could be all the continents on the Earth, okay? I can go around both of you and come back here, circumnavigate you. You're on a flat plane and I'm back to where I started again. I've circumnavigated the Earth.
You know, but as I said, people have sailed around the world.
Yes, I've just sailed around you two, the world.
Yeah, and you're saying that's no.
I've gone east to west around you, around the world, like sailors do.
Yeah.
But nobody's gone between north and south. Why is that? Why has nobody done that?
Is there a need? Is there a need to do that?
We're in the country of explorers, you know, Richard Branson.
Yeah.
Why is he not flown around between north and south?
Because we're just repeating what we said earlier, but there's bigger problems.
Why is that question not coming in your mind? Yeah, that's a good question. Why have they not?
To be fair, now after this, I'm probably going to go and Google to see if anyone's gone north to south.
No, that is a good question. I agree, and I don't have that answer.
But there's one person claiming to have done it, Rudolph Fiennes, a British explorer.
Okay.
But it's not conclusive proof that he went round any globe. We'd have to see time-lapse photography or
why can't we just trust that what he said?
Because first-hand testimony.
Have you lost your faith in humanity that much that you think everyone's lying to you?
Well,
Because if you had, that's quite sad.
Eyewitness account is not proof of anything, is it?
How?
I could tell you I've seen the Loch Ness Monster last week. I was swimming with it. Would you believe me?
Well, no, 'cause then I would have to go out and do evidence myself.
Well, but why would you not believe I was swimming with the Loch Ness Monster? Have you lost your faith in humanity that
No,
bad?
because I watched a video about it the other day. But there has been people went out and they've done, they've used solar, what they call solar pulse things. And
Solar
so,
what?
what's it called?
I don't know.
The things where you're on a boat and they send solar pulses like into the sea to see if there's anything underneath, and they just didn't find anything. So, and that was in the Loch Ness. Then where was the Loch Ness Monster at that time? Did it go on holiday?
That's a good point.
And that was the biggest one, I think, done in Europe or done in the world.
Yeah, that's a
and
good
they
point.
saw like big fish and stuff,
Yeah.
but
But still, eyewitness testimony. I'm trying to explain to you that that's not proof of anything, and we should.
but we've said we've got photographs, we've got videos.
In today's world of Photoshop, photographing videos.
Yeah, but when
It's
these
not proof
photos
of anything.
when these photos were taken, we weren't in today's world where we could just go on, get on our laptops and Photoshop a photo, could we?
No, but I'm trying to explain to you that a photograph or a video is not proof of anything.
So okay, then how are we going to have proof for anything then? If eyewitness isn't good enough, if photographs aren't good enough, if videos aren't good enough, what evidence do you want? Because nothing by your standards is good enough then.
First-hand account.
First-hand account, that is eyewitness and photographs. What other first-hand account is there?
Your own account.
Which is my eyes,
Right.
which is an eyewitness.
Like you know, we're standing here talking.
Yeah, because I can see you
yeah.
and I can hear you.
But if I tell you two people are talking around the corner there, that's you believing my account. It's not proof, is it? I can't prove that.
Yeah, and you saw saw that with your eyes, which is your eyewitness.
No, I didn't. I'm telling you, there's two people around the corner there talking. That's me telling you. You wouldn't believe that, would you? That's second-hand information. But you can tell that we're talking. That's primary observation.
Yeah, wait, what's your point with that?
Are we talking about the world being flat?
No, I'm talking about
No, yeah, he thinks that world's flat. We think it's.
we're asking for proof that
To
you
be
live
fair, it
on
could
the
be
ball.
flat. No one knows.
Yeah, there's no
Science
there's no
is-
scientific
Yeah,
evidence.
science is like inevitable. Like it could go on for
Have you
long.
heard about scientific experiments that prove the Earth doesn't move?
Yeah, I've had experiments, a conspiracy that no one's actually been on the moon, and the Americans did it to try and win because Russia wanted to go up there first, but they wanted to go there first, so they like made it. I don't want to be live.
Wait, Russia did.
No, America had the first man on the moon.
But I'm just asking people for
Yeah, America had the first man.
proof that they live on a ball with water going around.
Yeah, Yuri Gagarin. Or however you pronounce that. No one knows though. That's the thing. It's
Well-
all. It's
At least
quite
you've got
like
your own
some-
opinion, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, well, people should be entitled to a different opinion.
Yeah,
But I would say there's more evidence for a flat plate than there is at a globe.
Yeah, definitely.
Because water always lies flat, it cannot curve.
You had that conversation.
Yeah, but I'm talking to somebody else about it. Water cannot conform to the exterior of a ball, no matter how many times you say gravity, gravity, gravity.
Well, yeah, you said wait.
No, I'm
That's not what you're saying.
I'm just saying to the two
Yeah,
girls,
But even if the bowl's curvy, it's still like
Flat.
that. Yeah.
you've never seen curved water, have you?
No.
But they tell you it exists. They tell you there's a curvature out there, but you've never seen a curvature, have you?
We're running out of clue.
Have you? No, so it's a belief then, isn't it? Yeah. That's all I'm trying to establish with these two girls. It's a belief about it's second-hand information. So should we believe anything unless we can prove it ourselves?
It's like should we believe the government, like, because they make up so much shit. Like we never really know. No one's right. No one's wrong.
Well,
It could be flat. It could be round. No one knows.
you can know when you get proof.
We could just be like believe that it is round. Anyway, let's go.
Anyway, thanks very much. You have a very open mind there. Thank you. Well, I deliberately stopped.
You left your SD card on the floor. I don't know if you noticed.
Thank you very much. I deliberately stopped so I wouldn't be speaking to just school children, but nobody else seems to be coming around.
Maybe it's because they have bigger problems.
So would you at least look into the things that I mentioned?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I
we
will,
will. Yeah,
I will.
we've said. Yeah, of course we will.
Like the scientific experiments that prove the Earth doesn't move.
And we should also call Tim Peake because apparently he didn't go to ISS.
No.
We should.
I'm not.
No, you said
I'm
that,
not a
didn't
science
you?
person,
Actually-
so I'm gonna research it.
So you
Look,
said
going in
because-
with no bias.
Because there aren't any videos of him on the rocket. We just saw him on Earth and then on the ISS. That must be false.
Can I just go on YouTube and watch?
But as you said, videos can be
Yeah,
faked.
they can, but if you're only watching one argument of videos,
I haven't
you know,
just watched one video though.
If you put into YouTube Tim Peake harness fail, right? He tries to spin round in the gravity of the International Space Station, and you can clearly see harnesses underneath his trousers if you slow it down. They're all on harnesses in the International Space Station. Nobody's up there in the space station. On a spacewalk, it's all filmed underwater in a swimming pool. If you research it, you'll see the bubbles coming out of the helmets. There shouldn't be any water in space. There shouldn't be
Then
any air in space.
I could do the same argument that you said to me and say that those are faked.
Yes, you could, but if you research it to get both sides of the argument, then you're more
You
informed.
know, and then I would just come back and say with what you said to me that they are faked. If you can use that as a valid argument saying,
Okay.
oh, we're being lied
Okay.
to, oh,
But-
we're being lied to, photographs are fake, videos are fake, why can't I then use that argument on you?
Because I just pointed out that they're faking images of Earth from space. And you can go and research what I just said and you'll see all the fakery.
The fakery.
It is all fakery. Nobody's been to space. It's an illusion.
It's not, that's incorrect.
Well, you can argue that all day, but what you have is a belief, I'm afraid. You don't have any proof.
We've given
How about we
our
agree to disagree that we both have beliefs and they contrast, and we potentially are never gonna agree.
That's fair enough, but I
Because
want,
we both have beliefs.
that's fair enough, but I want to agree that I have beliefs. I don't have beliefs. I'm questioning what the beliefs that are being presented to me from an early age. They're all beliefs.
But if you believe the Earth is flat, then that's a belief.
No, it's not a belief. It's a self-evident truth that we're on a flat plane. Everywhere you see is flat.
Yeah, mine
Can't
is
you
a
argue that
truth.
this
This isn't a belief, it is truth.
Girls, nowhere have you seen the curvature. Nowhere have you
Yeah,
seen
because
water
we
bending.
can't see that far.
Nowhere.
We are so small compared to the size of the planet. We are not going to see the curvature of it on being on Earth ourselves.
Everything they tell you, from finding planets to light years away, to gravity holding water to a ball, to the horizon curvature.
How
None
do
of
you
it. You can't see any of it.
How do you think we're standing here right now?
We've been through that. That's your weight, buoyancy and
Yeah,
density.
and as I said, weight equals mass times gravity. Therefore, if you can feel weight, thus gravity,
that's a mathematical.
You can't have one without the other, and that's not. That's
a mathematical equation on a piece of paper that can't be proven.
Okay, so then what happens when there have been experiments done in vacuums to like see what it'd be like in space?
Yeah, but we don't live in a vacuum.
We live on Earth, which is in space in a vacuum.
No, that's what you're told. There's no space out there.
So there's no space. Righty-ho.
I'll give you £1,000 now if you go off and find footage of a real rocket in space or a real satellite in space.
Well, you're not going to believe it because it's fake.
Because then you'll just say it's fake.
No, we could go around 10 people and say, do you think that's real or fake? They're obvious fake, CGI, still photographs. You won't see any film of a satellite in space. There'll be CGI.
So, but then you're going to say that about anything, even if we do find something that is actually true.
No, people will look at that together and see it's an obvious fake.
So you're saying that we should question everything?
Do you think that's wrong to question everything?
I don't think you should question everything, but it's good to question things.
Would you tell your children that, not to question everything?
Well, no, because then
Well, you have to question everything.
you have to question some things.
So what things would you not question?
I'm not sure.
Okay, like, yes, I agree. So the government, for example, yes, we should question them, but we should also have faith and have trust, because how are we going to survive as people if we do not trust each other or have faith in each other? How are we going to survive as a human race if we just go around constantly questioning anything that anyone achieves? If we go, no, that's wrong, no, that's CGI, we will not survive as a race, because we will just constantly argue, and we will then wars and death.
Well, I'm surviving. I'm questioning everything.
Yeah, because it's just, no, because not everyone has your mindset. Not your mindset, your, like, way of life.
Well, I think you'll find out there are millions of others waking up to this deception.
Okay.
It's one of the biggest things on the internet right now, both learned people and unlearned people.
Yeah, but you said that the internet is controlled by Google and the government anyway, so then if I see that millions of other people on the internet, then I'll just say that that's fake, because it's controlled by the government.
I would say question that as well, yes. I would tell you to believe anything.
Okay.
And obviously don't believe anything I'm saying either.
Okay.
You have to do
maybe we should do the whole agree to disagree.
Yeah, and do your own research and question what you're being told. That's what I think.
No, don't tell me what to do. No, I have done my own research.
A friendly suggestion.
Oh yeah, okay. Great. I have done my own research. I am passionate about this. I don't just sit in class, say, oh, that's what I'm being told. Yes, I'm going to draw it there. No, I then do go home and do my own research.
But you didn't know about scientific experiments that proved that Earth doesn't move?
Oh, so sorry, because I don't know about one scientific experiment, then that means that I don't do...
3?
Oh, I didn't know about 3 experiments out of the millions of science experiments that have been done.
What millions are those?
What do you mean, what millions? I did one in my class yesterday.
Which one?
We did one where it was you dropped a ball and then you were just, do you know when you drop a ball and it goes like that, you were just then plotting the way it moves. And that was an experiment. And then we did one...
Could you explain that?
What do you mean? It was to
bouncing
plot,
ball?
and it was to plot, we then did an experiment so we could use the data to then plot like velocity time graphs and acceleration time graphs.
And what did it prove?
That acceleration is for velocity time. I think acceleration is the gradient of the line. We then proved that because then we used the number of 9.81 to then do that, and it worked.
What worked?
What we proved.
What did you prove?
I just said what I proved.
No, I was unclear. Sorry, maybe it's my misunderstanding. What did it prove?
We were just looking into gravity. Not all experiments are to do with proof. We were just investigating something.
Right. But you didn't prove the existence of gravity.
Well, yeah, because when we dropped it, it then like bounced, and when you drop things,
How does that prove
gravity.
the existence of gravity, though?
Because they don't float around.
I think we're just rehashing
we're just going around in circles.
Not we, you.
Yeah.
I've got no idea what I'm doing.
It's fine.
I'm an English student. So.
Well, girls, it's been lovely talking to you, and thank you very much
thank
for stopping by. But I would say a wee bit of friendly advice. I love your passion, by the way. But
Oh, your phone's got a blue battery.
Oh, low
So
battery.
the video's frozen.
Is it?
You want to-
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to finish up here anyway because my battery is very low. But it's been lovely talking to you girls. But I would just, friendly bit of advice just to not believe everything you're told without proof.
And a friendly bit of advice to have some faith in humanity, because if not, you will drive yourself crazy, and we as a race will drive
I have
ourselves
faith in
crazy.
you two, but not big private industrial bankers. Who are
Okay, well,
controlling us.
I'll become a scientist, you become Prime Minister, and then we're sorted, yeah?
Then I won't like you anymore.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
thank you very much. Bye. Well, that took a bit longer than I thought, and I'm very dry-mouthed. Two very nice girls, but very sure that they're right.
We should be able to forward, we should be able to forward us the video.
I'll give you my YouTube channel.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, just because obviously you're working in there,
Oh, big fan.
when you're recording people, especially me, please don't record me, I don't need you to record me, can you please record it down here, because it's a bit of a security risk for customers.
Oh, I see.
and
Yeah, fair point, yeah.
So just record down here, don't record it there.
Yeah, I'm just stopping now anyway.
And please don't record me.
Thank you. Well,
Yeah, I'll write it down.
it's just kind of difficult because it's live streaming, but anyway.
Wait, what,
Oh,
Facebook?
okay, thank you.
Is that on Facebook? Or YouTube? Anyway, is this video on Facebook or YouTube?
YouTube,
Okay,
Oh,
thank
okay.
you.
that channel, it's on live.
Will it be up, like, when it ends, will it then be up?
Well, I've never done live before, but I
okay.
think my understanding is it's up already.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
But thank you very much for your time. Thank you. Bye. So, I think I'll just be finishing just now. Sorry I've not read everybody in the chat, but two very engaging girls. I thought they were really nice to speak to, although very, very, very indoctrinated, I think. But if I step out of this alleyway, I'm just into a very strong wind, so there's nowhere else I could set up to do. But that was my first attempt at live streaming, and I would get two very difficult young girls to speak to, but really, really enjoyed talking. Yes, hard work indeed, yes. Okay, I'll sign out for now. Right, thanks to everybody for watching.